Well. Hello, everybody. Second stream, second day. I just found time to basically work on some music, and I thought, why not just start the stream, because everything's set up anyways. I want to keep working on a track that I've been working on for several months now, and it's far from finished, but it's pretty fun because it's been ages since I did something straight, basically like a 4-to-the-floor straight tune. And this one's actually one of these. So I thought I'd just do some mixing details and yeah, work on some sounds, maybe exchange some sounds. But for now, let's have a listen what we got, and then I might talk some more about the track itself and what can and will happen with it. So let's give it a listen. It's 4 minutes 40 right now. I'm gonna play it with the intro, which is just over a minute, which is pretty short for me. I like long intros. But yeah, let's take a listen. All right, that's what we got so far. I made some notes in my. I basically I fill 2 or 3 of these notebooks a year with just notes about mixes or notes about things I want to do or arrangement ideas, or even just scribbles when I'm on the phone. It's something I've been doing forever, and it just helps me a lot with the creative process and with yeah, just manifesting new ideas. So first note I wrote down is like an overall note, which is the whole track is very bass heavy. So I kind of like that, but it tends to like mudden the mix a lot. So I want to try to balance this out and get more crunchy mids in there and a bit more high end, and yeah, try to find a way to get the bass and the kick, lower them down, and merge them a bit better, basically. Then we got the strings in there, which will be replaced by real strings at some point. But for now, I just want them to be a bit more in the foreground, maybe even with a bit of saturation. All the classical guys will hate me for it, but I actually like to put a bit of saturation on strings to get them a bit crunchy and bring them to the foreground. Then we got those main melody steps in the main part back here, which I want to bring forward. I want to see if there's a way to exchange the kick. I'm not 100% sure about the kick yet. I know I exchanged it 3 or 4 times, so that's basically maybe the main problem of this tune. And then we got some vocal steps in the last part, which I want to bring to the sides and bring them forward a bit more, make them a bit weird and make them a bit stand out. So these are the notes, gonna put them to the side and start working on them, basically. So everything is bass heavy. I'm gonna shift that part to the end, I guess. For now, I'm gonna try and see if I can replace the bass drum with something else. I'm not exactly sure yet what's bothering me about it, but something's off. I don't know. Yeah, it's got a lot of body. I don't actually know if it needs that. I like the attack, but it could be shorter, I guess. So it's basically just a small transient with a sub bass following it. Let's listen to this part. Hey, Dave. Hans, love the strings. Yeah, I don't. Because they're gonna be I mean, I have an idea how it will sound when there's real strings in there. So right now it's just, for me, it's all placeholder right now. But nonetheless, I like to get into detail with strings and make them sound good already. Just to get the overall mix right and then go into recording the strings. Where are we at? Now this could work. A bit shorter, a bit lower. It's almost like sub bass with a small click. Yeah, getting there. No, now it's starting to sound really round. Actually, I want to try something with the hi-hat. I'm not a fan of the bitwig reverb, actually. So I'd like to get it out into the modular and use the black hole reverb to do some maybe like bit reduced reverb for it, and see if that changes the groove a bit. So let's get this one out and route it to 5/6. This one goes into the modular, coming back here. Let's see if that works. We might have some latency on the recording now. Horst, guten Abend. So let's get it into the reverb. Clonk, clonk, clonk. maybe even delay. Nice. Hooray for delay compensation. Just gonna record that bit real quick. Here we go. Do we need to align this? Yes, just shift it a bit back. Okay. Okay, I think I got it now. Delay was the thing that did it for me now. Just adds a bit more, some more ghost notes, and totally goes for the groove. see what we can do with this shaker. I like the groove it's doing, but I think it could use a low cut or something. And it's really dragging, like real groovy. Let's see if we can make it a bit straighter. This one, I like it, but it's a lot of transients, a lot of clicky transients, which I don't like too much. Need to turn it down a bit. Could be a bit longer. Maybe the transient control can help me with that. Yep. And there's a lot down here going on that we don't need. There's your offbeat hi-hat, which could be louder or even a different sound. I'm not sure yet. let's see if we can get the overall sound of the drums a bit clearer. So I need to get the bass clean now, just to hear what I'm doing. need to, don't know if it's doing that already, but I need to press the bass away when the other, like the distorted resound comes in. Yep, that's better. So for the main sound, this bleep sound, need to find it first. Here we go. Need to work with some soothy here, or soothe, whatever it's called. So I can boost the highs. Maybe I should even double it an octave up, something like that. Let's see if that works. Double trouble. We got here. Stretch HD. Let's make that Elastic Pro. Okay. It was just a filter to get the noise, but I might just have to denoise this with an RX. Where are we? Denoiser. Let's use the learn function. I'm sure we got some noise. Ooh, sure we got some noise here to teach the plugin what's happening. Yep. Oh yeah, I know that one. Seems to be a bitwig issue, I don't know. But the learn button is kind of buggy. Not too much reduction. This thing can be noisy. And delay compensation would be nice. I'm just gonna bounce this real quick, I guess. Jupe. Bounce. Post fader, no pre-fader. In that case. Is that right? I think so. Just because the denoise plugins take a lot of CPU and they bring this huge latency in if you run them in high quality mode. So I'm just gonna bounce this. And then keep the original track in, but deactivate it. I might have cut the reverb. Yep. Looks like it. Okay, that's not supposed to be there anyways. I think so, at least. Nope. So let's just do that again. And once this part. Yep. Julius, is it you, my friend? Hey, hey. Yes, it is. Hey, how you doing, man? Nothing better to do on a Sunday night? Prime time? There we go. So we can deactivate this track now. Just to be sure, I'm gonna mute this. And now I got an endless reverb somewhere. Don't know where this is from. Oh yeah, okay. Here we are. So there you see it. That's the original track starting here. And the denoise introduces latency. So we are here now with the second track. So we need to shift that one back. This one can go. And we need to shift that one just where it belongs. Let's see if that worked. Yep, pretty good. I'm still missing a bit of high end on this one. Could be a bit more present. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some bit crushing, bit reduction could do. If I just remember the name of the device, DC Mort. Sounds about right. Yes, sir. That's it. The high quality bit crusher. Yeah, let's see if we can get some like high end, top end distortion in there. Just to give it a bit more presence. Because I feel like I didn't pay the main sound here justice. Yeah, just dial in some of that. That will do the trick, I guess. And I think this step baseline thing could need a bit more like mid crunch, a bit more high top end as well. Problem is it's not there. Let's see where we can get it from. Yeah, just this wooden knock sound here. That's what I'm looking for. Yikes. Yeah, let's go for the strings now, which I want to be a bit more in the foreground. Nichts Besseres zu tun am Sonntag. Ich finde es cool, mal über die Schulter zu schauen. Bitwig hat ja ein recht ähnliches Layout wie Ableton. Ja, das stimmt allerdings. Das Layout ist sehr ähnlich. Nur grundsätzlich finde ich mich so traditionell von Cubase kommt hier schneller, besser zurecht. Und es ist meiner Meinung nach ein bisschen übersichtlicher als Ableton. Und grundsätzlich, ja, Bitwig ist nochmal ein ganz anderes Biest, was so Modulation angeht. Wenn man das mag, Parameter modulieren und so ein Krams, bietet es auf jeden Fall noch mehr Möglichkeiten oder auch einen schnelleren Workflow dahin als jetzt Ableton. Auf jeden Fall. So, let's get the strings a bit more featured in here. Oh, they're getting ducked away a bit by the bass drum, which is fine. But I want a bit less in the low end, like the cello. I can lower the cello a bit and get the violins to the front, get them a bit of top end. So this whole string thing it's basically coming from... Why isn't that connected? There shouldn't be a string sound. Or did I change that to contact strings? I'm not sure. Nope. There we are. So it's all within Vienna Ensemble in this case. I just love the workflow with Ensemble, especially with the MIR or MIR. I don't know how they call it. Which features a visual, let's call it a visual layout for the placement of your strings in the room. So I'm working with a quartet here. And that's basically, that resembles the room I'm gonna set the real string players up when we do the recordings. And place them around the microphone. So this is my mic. We got cello, viola, and 2 violins playing here. And you can basically shift them around the room. Like I can move them. I can say how wide the sound of an instrument is, or how loud an instrument is. And it's pretty hands-on, and it's really great sounding. I just love to do it like that, instead of like pulling reverbs in there and trying to modulate a room with a reverb and sending everything through the same reverb, which never sounded natural to me. So this is maybe the most natural room you can get for, at least for like small quartets, quintets, intimate string sounds. Got some underlaying chords here just to fatten things up. These are coming from Contact. It's just a basic legato patch in scoring strings. Now I just want to do a little S-curve. Just lower the low end a bit with a shelf. Where are we? Low shelf. And push the high end a bit with a shelf. Just to give it all a bit more presence, a bit more like sparkle, top end. And then we got this one just to, it's basically playing the same melody, following the violins, just giving it an octave up and giving it some more high end. And this one, which sounds pretty ravey if you listen to it solo. But in combination, makes it a really dense main melody. Almost just white noise basically up there. And then we got these little vocal snippets. Just want to bring them to the front a bit. Not by bringing them to the front actually, but pushing them to the sides. So they're really stereo and really jump out on the sides even more. We could even do that by the old school way, by duplicating the whole track and just shifting one sample. So I just move the start point of this sampler to a different location. And then pan one to the right and one to the left. So we're basically getting an almost phase issues. Maybe even move the notes a bit. There we go. Serious mastering. Oh, hello. Oh, hail. What the hail? Sounds funky, yeah. That was basically the exercise. It's actually, I said it before, it's the first like straight tune I've been doing in decades maybe. So it was pretty fun to have this really straight bass and then go a bit weird with the other sounds. And it's all based on, oh, maybe I could get into this real quick. It's all based on a thing I built in the grid, which you can see here, which is based on the golden ratio. So everything I send in gets delayed in golden ratios. So the first delay will come after whatever milliseconds you tell it to come, and the one after that will come at the next golden ratio, so 1.618 times the first one, and that goes on and on. That was basically just an exercise for an afternoon to see if I could get this to work and if I could get it to be useful actually for something. The golden grid, you say it. So it's all golden ratios here. If I play a sound here, you see what happens. Gets delayed over and over again, but it's not on bars or on beats or quantized, so it's all free golden ratio. And then with some random reverb modulation going on there, just to make it a really random pad. Yeah, and maybe I should do an ambient track with this one again. Maybe do the ambient mix of the techno track, and really play with this. Already happens in the intro for 1 minute, just playing around with it, which will be much crazier than it is now. But that's basically that was the base of this track. So this is going straight to have it 4 to the floor, and then at some point I start to modulate the golden ratio delay, and it will just shift away in the timing. So that's what you can hear. Let's say if we play it from here. Yeah, and then I started to find some kind of groove that could fit this chaos weirdness in the back. And that's where we're at now. I like the new bass drum, by the way. It was totally worth doing something with it. Yeah, I need to adjust the strings for the front part, and then I'll have another listen from start to finish and see how it changed. I think it's gotten way clearer, like the mix is a lot crunchier now. We'll see. Turn that down. All right. Let's see what happens. Not gonna play the intro as it's not finished. I'm gonna do some delay weirdness there, but for now, I'm gonna play it from here. Yeah, bitwig. Just to interrupt it quickly, like in this part, the strings are thinned out. It's just the viola and the cello, which sounds pretty like rough right now and pretty empty. But I'm not gonna change something on it because when I exchange it for the real strings, I already know what will happen with it, and it will be enough to like fill this space and give it a lot more emotion. Like computer strings are so unemotional. Like big orchestras, okay, but for small quartet stuff, I always feel like there are no small mistakes, there's no bit of pitch shift in there or small dissonances. And that's something I'm looking for in string sounds, especially in string solos or string quartets, duos. So just a quick interruption. Gonna play it start to finish now. Not really start, but from here, and see if I'm liking the mix better now. That is a harsh ending. Super Lego. Liking the bounce, juxtaposition of sounds. Thanks a lot. Yeah, actually, I don't know how to call this. What genre is this? Does anyone know? Is it like... Is it minimal house? I'm not sure. Minimal techno. A friend of mine, I showed it to a friend of mine who's in the Berlin techno scene. He's pretty active and he knows all this stuff. So I showed it to him, and he wouldn't name a genre or subgenre. He just said that's the sound of ketamine party at 5 in the morning. So I named the track Ketamine Rush for now. I'm not into ketamine, so I'm not sure. I just know from his experience and from what he told me. So I'm trying to recreate what I feel this ketamine party at 5 in the morning would be like. So lots of weirdness, sun coming up, and yeah, it basically got together well with the idea of the golden ratio thing I did in this grid patch here, which was just for weirdness and just for not being straight on things. So yeah, symbiosis of things that I did and things he came in with. Yeah, I like that as well. I'm doing a lot with string orchestra, with string quartet right now, and that's just electronics with a small ensemble of strings. I could do it all day. It's so much fun. And then really combining it like analog instruments with cinematic or deep electronic music. It's a combination I always liked, and I always worked towards doing it. And I think I'm now at a point where it all comes together a bit, and I really enjoy it. Club to Death. Club to Death is wasn't that the Matrix soundtrack? Club to Death? I think it was. I still get that as a reference from clients today, like, how old is Matrix now? Club to Death, yeah, I think that's the Matrix thing. I'm not gonna open up the browser and look for it now because I haven't prepared anything except like bitwig and OBS running. So if I open my browser, there will be lots of private stuff in there I don't want to show you guys. I'll do that for future streams, so we can browse the web a bit. One thing I wanted to do, which I found could improve the overall arrangement a bit, my weird golden ratio synth, I want it to be louder when there's nothing else playing. So there's some breaks in there, and I want to up the volume there to have it a bit more present, because it is basically the basic sound of this track. It's introducing the track and it's running in the background all the time. You see there's no break there. There are small like quarter note or 1 bar breaks here. But other than that, it's running through, so I want to feature it a bit more. So we got the rest coming in here. Yeah, and that's the end of the party. Everybody needs to go home now. Police is coming. I think I'm good with the mix for now. Like doing mixes on headphones is fatiguing for me. So I can do 1 or 2 hours and then I need to take a break. So what I'm gonna do now is work on the intro a bit, which is just the golden ratio synth. And I'm gonna try to make it a bit weirder as it is and a bit fatter and fuller and see if we can make it a bit more interesting. I mean, it doesn't need to knock everybody off their socks because it's like with the ketamine theme in now. It can be weird. And it can stand for itself, kind of. Do you use the GRP4 on this track? I'm not sure what the GRP4 is. Is that like a mastering tool or plugin? Enlighten me. Oh, you mean GR1? I only know the GR1, which is not a synth, or yeah, I mean, it's a grain machine, a grain sampler. No, the GRP4, I don't own that one, and to be really honest, I haven't looked into it. Do I need to? I mean, there's some space left here, and to the right and to the left. I will actually, for future streams, I might introduce 1 or 2 more cameras. No, it's the GR1. Which always makes this nice sound when booting up. I like that for what it does best, like grainy stuff, because I've been playing with granular plugins for ages, and I always miss this hands-on thing, like scrubbing through the sample by hand and recording that, and just turning densities on and off and up and down. So when this thing came out, I was first hesitant because it's not a let's say a CPU power machine. I think there's a Raspberry Pi running in there or something. But then I got one, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it's number 666. And I wouldn't want to give it away. It's such a great tool, and it's so much fun to play with and do weird granular stuff for my ambient pieces or for client work, for sound design stuff. It's a really, I like that it's got everything you need on a surface. There are not like 200 menus you need to scrub through. I don't like layered hardware, basically. I want everything. Best is everything on the surface. Like with the send delay, there's nothing below the surface, no menus, no scrubbing through layers. It's just a delay, and it's doing what it does, and it does it really well, and I love that. Same for modular. I tend to like the modules most that are just hands-on and not too much menus. I can buy a computer if I want to scrub through menus and have like digital algorithms. But I need hands-on stuff. So where were we? Intro. Let's get into the intro. So basically what happens in the beginning is all the delays are synced. So what you're hearing are overlaying delays, but they're all in sync. And I got this modulator here. Oh, I need to switch to the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's overlaying delays, as you can see in the scope here. They're all on point. You can see the faders here moving at the same time, the envelopes. And all the modulation that happens right now is just random reverb, dry, wet modulation, a bit of like that clunky high sound that's coming in is generated here. And then I got this modulation for the golden ratio. So now it's at 0%. And if I turn that up, it will feed the delay with some amount of delay time. You can see it here. I can zoom in so you can see better. You can see the values here. It's all done through a multiplier, basically. So if I turn that up, you will have a random value generated here. And there's the golden ratio extensions of that, basically, running delay times for the sounds. They're feeding modulators, which then modulate delay times and stuff like that. So everything that's modulated in this device is modulated within golden ratios. Kind of a, I don't know, not esoteric, but kind of a weird way on approaching something like that. But that's just one way of getting me out of the comfort zone, and always using the same like on-beat delays or totally random delays. So I just try out stuff like that. And golden ratio is there for a reason, basically. So why not try it on a synth or on a delay? Yeah, now it's shifting because I turned that one up. Basically fucked up the modulation there. So yeah, you can see as soon as the modulation starts here, it starts to shift. The delay starts to shift out of the beat. Maybe I don't want to change anything about the intro. I just like it as pure and as weird as it is. Maybe there could be a bit more reverb at the end to make this fade out, fade in a bit clearer. Unsynced delays, you can get polyrhythmic-like effects, yeah. That's why I love delays. You can just totally change a groove by switching up your delay, just turning the delay time a bit. And also analog delays for weird sound effect stuff, like the Zen delay, with which acts like a tape delay in the right mode. So you can just go crazy with the delay time, and it will resample itself. Yeah, it's hypnotic in a way, the intro. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Not too much left and right, just pure harmonic craziness. So for the Zen delay, cannot recommend it enough, and now I'm starting to play with it again. Let's try some stuff just to show how I like to approach delays. I'm gonna send this weird synth out to the send delay. There we are. Oh, the Strymon has a golden ratio option. Yay! I love Strymon for that. So I like to sometimes build arpeggios just with the delay. So I just play 2 notes, something like, and have that feed the delay. Let's just go for something like this. Well, there was a shitload of gain in there. There we go. And there we have our next techno track, basically. I just love this thing. It's the best thing about it is the feedback. Like, I can leave this now, I can go eat something, I can come back and unmute it. And it will still do the same thing without overshooting. It's such a fun thing to play with. But not today. Battles tracks, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, with this crunchy, distorted bass. And then something like a 17.5, 18th beat on it. That would be battles. Gotta love him for that. And with the crash up there somewhere. Love him. Really cool. The Vodafone internet is too bad for Twitch. God damn it. Vodafone, get your shit together. For fuck's sake. Oh, can I swear on Twitch and YouTube? I'm not sure. I might get... I mean, it's not monetized anyway, so I'm not gonna get demonetized, but they might take it down. I don't know. I'll try at some point. Okay. Little delay playtime. I can do this all day. And sending this to master again. I think I'm just gonna do a little quick master of it, do some stuff on the tubas and push it to the limit, and then bounce it, and we're good. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Oro, for watching the stream. Yeah, yesterday was kind of weird. I thought I'd do a stream and I'd do something upbeat and something funny and funky and weird. And then what came out was this like dark, deep, cinematic track. But I mean, sometimes you can't help it. It is what it is, and it was fun nonetheless. Yeah, cutting a lot of transients here. But it still sounds kind of okay. Just a quick one to have a comparably loud bounce to listen back tomorrow. Yeah, let's give it one last almost full listen, and we're good to bounce. It was fun to listen to. Thanks a lot. Yep. I like it. Like it a lot better than before, actually. It's very crunchy, maybe even a bit too crunchy now. But I'm not gonna make any more decisions now with the terror that's in my ear now. I'm gonna stick around a bit longer and just bounce this on the side. Chip, bounce it too. Oh, now I need to check that you don't see the client up here. Where is it? It was called something different before, so no, there it is. Okay. Oh yeah, one thing that bitwig needs to get in there is just remember my bounce folder for the project, please. Bitwig, guys, if you see this, it's so annoying, like having to change. I mean, I switch projects a lot. Maybe there's people like working on the same project for weeks, but I work on, like, if there's a lot of client work in, I work on 4, 5, 6 different projects a day. And every time I bounce, I need to define the bounce folder again. It could just be written into the project file. And if I open the project, bitwig knows, okay, he has bounced to this location last time. So I'm gonna present him basically this folder as his main bounce folder. Would be so helpful. Please, please, please get it in there. Ketamine Rush, where are we? 21 January 24th. Bounce the loop region, please. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Exporting audio. Nice. That was fun. Wasn't planning on streaming today. Send an email to support of Bitwig. Yeah, I did that, no, not in the last months, but before. I did it pretty regularly. I recorded videos for them and explaining what I mean and reporting bugs. And the list is getting longer, so I might at some point take 1 or 2 hours and record some smaller videos for them again and send them over. And they were very, very very quick to answer and thankful. And I think they haven't implemented stuff yet, but I think there needs to be just a big bug fix and small feature implementation update at some point. Like the last bigger update was the wavetable synth, and still a lot of bug fixes, but also a lot of new stuff coming in with new bugs. So I think at some point they will need to focus. I'm pretty sure they're doing it, but I'm just like stressing on it. They need to focus on a main bug fixing update and implementing small features that could be helpful for a lot of people. I've been discussing this up and down with a lot of people, and you see how far opinions go when it comes to DAWs, DAWs. I try to. I mean, I've been using Cubase or Nuendo for 15 years, I guess. So coming to Bitwig, I'm missing a lot of stuff. But on the other hand, I'm using it because it gives me a lot of other features that Steinberg didn't manage to implement for the last 5 to 10 years, which kind of overweigh the downsides of Bitwig for me. But still, yeah, I think there's some, just for people with a more audio-focused workflow like I have. I know they're out there, and they make, I'd estimate 40% of the Bitwig user base, or 30%, I don't know, just for them, like some small editing features. And at some point, like the main thing I'm looking for is video. I don't know if they'll ever get to it, but that's the main feature I need for my work, basically. Steinberg are a little bit arrogant. I've met them in Musikmesse several times. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't project it on Steinberg as a whole. There's idiots in every company, or arrogant people in every company. I wouldn't put them behind the booth at Musikmesse, basically. But I mean, that's their decision. Musikmesse, or like a lot of these bigger audio meetings or exhibitions, you got marketing people there. There's a lot of like product marketing and PR people running around there, and it's part of their job to be, yeah, pretty offensive about their product and feature it and making it look like the best product in the world. So I'm not blaming it on them too much. I'm not listening to this. I'm like over this. I know where they're coming from, but I don't like it as well. Like all the I'm selling you something talk. Everybody has the best DAW and everybody's got the best plugins, and for me it all boils down to, does it help my workflow? Do I get to from point A to point B quicker with less of a hassle? And that's why I'm on bitwig right now. How do you sync match videos and the sound when there's no video player in the DAW? I'm using a plugin called, I'll just load it up, vidplay. It's a really, really, really ugly looking plugin. I got the gray skin on because that's kind of, I can kind of look at it. But if you're not going grayscale, I might need to restart it. We're staying at grayscale. So it's basically a VST plugin. Yeah, the, the type up there is pretty cool. And you can load video files in there. I have my, like, there's my intro video, and it will sync to your timeline. It would also sync to MIDI if you want to, so you can start it by hitting a C note, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. The one thing that's not working with bitwig, but that's bitwig's problem. Bitwig is sending, is not sending stop messages, no timecode stop messages. So if I hit play, the video will start to play, which is all right. But if I hit stop, it won't update the timecode for the video player. So I can't do things like I'm jumping here in the timeline and it will jump in the video. I need to press play to make it jump where it needs to be. So there's no way of going 100% frame accurate with this, because I cannot jump, like I cannot go 1 frame, -1 frame and jump back and forth and the video will jump with it. You always have to press play to see what's happening in the video at this point, which is annoying, which is pretty annoying. But I'm working with this until they might either implement video or either start giving different timecode information out to the plugins. For now, I need to do all by hand. Like it's a lot of work. But as I said earlier, it's still like the modulation features and everything still overweighs all the other good things that I had in Nuendo for video and stuff. So I'll stick with bitwig for now. It was a fight getting in. Yeah, you get used to it after time. Analog feeling. It definitely feels a bit like rewinding the tape all the time. Yeah, you get used to it. It's a workaround. It's annoying. and I'll be more than happy if they implement it at some point. But I don't want to, after now, I don't know, almost a year in bitwig, I don't want to go back. Absolutely not. There's so much fun in this DAW that I don't find in any other DAW. Even without any plugins, you don't need any plugins to have a really shit load of fun with this DAW. Just making weird sounds and modulating everything and going crazy and having this, what a lot of people look for in analog gear, these little mistakes, little failures that lead to other stuff, that's in there a bit, and that's what I like about it. You don't find that in Cubase, not at all. You find it in here when you start modulating stuff and feedbacking stuff, and that's the fun, basically. I bought Ableton after several years of Studio One. Yeah, exactly. Studio One, great tool for recording and doing audio editing and stuff. But yeah, MIDI. I mean, same with Pro Tools. All those, all the studios, like our studio in Hamburg, you know what I'm talking about. Working with Pro Tools, it's a super stable, not as stable as back then, but it's still a very stable system to record a lot of tracks at the same time, latency free, and do audio edits if you're used to the workflow. But when it comes to MIDI and like going weird with MIDI, getting inspired, no way. I couldn't do it. I'd go crazy in an hour. Yeah, same for Studio One. But still, I mean, those DAWs are still needed out there. There's people doing audio only or very little MIDI. And bitwig is a totally different beast. You'll run into more problems and bugs doing audio editing there. But the whole MIDI side and the modulation side is just, it's another level. For me, it's very inspiring. Everybody's got to decide for themselves, but I've made my decision for now, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm a bit tired. Maybe play some games for half an hour to really get knocked out. You mix the AWs. Yeah, I did that for a while. Back in the day, I used the Rewire engine to get Reason into Cubase, basically, which was fun for a while. But then I got rid of Reason at some point. It was way back. It was Reason, I don't know, 2 maybe, 1.5. I got rid of Reason at some point because I had some money to buy some plugins. I knew where to get cracked plugins back then. And there was no need for Reason anymore. So I used purely Cubase for, 15 years, I guess, 12 years, 13 years, I don't know. I started with Cubase. Was there a Cubase CS or something like that? I think Cubase CS or Cubase, whatever, 2 letters. Cubase 2 letters was it? That was the version I think I started with, or XS, I don't know. Yeah, that's it for now. We have a bounce. Gonna listen back tomorrow and maybe change everything again as it is with mixes. Yay, you're welcome, Julius. Nice talking to you, talking to you. Hopefully see you again at some point in Hamburg. Yeah, have a good night, guys. Thanks for stepping by and chatting, and that was fun. Like, I had almost no chatting yesterday, and now it's starting to get into here, and I love that. I love the exchange. So thanks a lot for sticking around. And Polarity just woke up. Nice. Gotta catch you on Discord in a minute. Oh, you quit. Okay. Nice. Yes, let's chat. Julius, let's chat. Nice. All right. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next stream. Hopefully soon. Not tomorrow, I guess, but sometime during the week. Bye.